Alright guys, we're in the back of my shop. We're going to go around look at some of the junk back here. If you haven't seen how we pulled that one, check that out in the video below somewhere down there. I want to get the door open today. That's one thing that I could never do, is get the driver's side door open. Don't know why. I want to get the wheels off of it so I can move it around. We're going to play musical cars back here. We're filming, but you know you made it when you have a drone.
No turning back now.
Hold up. All right, my jaws of life over here. If you haven't seen this, I'll show you it again. Harbor Freight, best $100 I ever spent. I think when I bought it, it was like 80 something. It's probably about 250 now. Jaws of life. Anytime you need to pull a drum, instead of beating them, putting heat on them, you may still have to put heat on them, but I used to beat the crap out of old drums and, you know, swear a lot trying to get these things off. Then I discovered this. Hardest thing about it is putting it together. After that, it's all downhill. Well, of course this one don't fit. I knew I should have brought all my lug sockets out here. What you do with these old Mopar, watch out for the infamous backward thread. It'll get you every time. Jaws of life. Here we go. And I probably made this too big. The hardest part about the jaws of life is just get them set up. Once you get them hung, because the thing's so dang heavy, it's all downhill from there. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Yeah. It's never the, all the cars I yank, very rarely are the rear ends locked up. It's always the brakes. In my opinion, and what I've experienced, not saying I want everybody to be like, oh no, I always find cars that are locked up in the rear because of the rear end. I'm not saying it don't happen, guys. I'm just saying in my experience, and I pull a lot of junk, it's always the brakes. Like even this kind of stuff, you could clean that up, and it was, even though it looks like junk now, you could clean that up and you could still make that work. So that's the kind of stuff, you know, especially if you're doing like an old ratty car and you need it like right meow. You just come out here, grab yourself a nice piece, and you're golden. Well, let's put this godforsaken jaws of life back in its cage here. The second drum was kind of a pain. That's usually what happens. They get so rusted up, especially towards the top, where the the wheel cylinder is. I don't know why. And then of course you have to give it a little bit of persuasion, but even though I have the jaws of life now, which I said I never got to beat those brakes much anymore. Every once in a while I guess I should say I do gotta give it a little persuasion, but it's nothing like it used to be without the freaking monstrosity of the jaws here. Because like I said, I love this tool. It's been good to me, but man, it's a beast to take apart, put together. It's heavy as all get out. I'm not complaining. I'm just working. So you know when you watch all these channels, classic car guys, whatever you guys are into, and you look in the back lot and you're like, dang, what is all those cars they got back there? Well, let's do a walk around. Let me show you this lot I had to rent to myself behind my shop for junk. First thing we're gonna do though, before we do that, is I wanna start, and you guys seen this 50, or 61, I think it's a 60, I'm sorry, 60. My 60, everybody's, I mean, if you follow me enough, you've seen this a bunch of times. I did a video on it and stuff. This is what I would call the best investment I ever made, besides my trailer. My drag car, not so much. Shoot, just dropped the keys. Anyway, this thing right here has been a lifesaver as far as, try to do this with one hand here, moving all this junk around, because I used to try to pull and drag stuff, but not anymore because I got the wrecker. This is all Ford power too. You believe that? Every time too. Let's go around and I'm going to show you the infamous junk that you always see in the back of my videos and you're like, dang, what is under that tarp? What is under that tarp? He's got to have something good. Not really. All right, first thing, and this is something we are going to do. If you haven't seen this video, check it out. Awesome 68 Fury. And you guys seen this. Found it on the block, on blocks, in the kind of in the woods, woman's backyard. This thing, we are going to get this running if the motor isn't stuck, which 9 times out of 10, those are wasps right there. And those are the ones that want to tear you up, so I got to be careful. I don't know where that nest is. Ooh, I hate wasps. Anyway, there's a nest back there. So this is my 68 Fury. I hope you can hear that over the bad boy Ford here. Maybe we should start it on the other side. All right. Well, my 68 Fury that I'm, golly, man, let's start on the other side. We'll come back to that. Holy crap, I'm getting smoked out over here. So we got a parts car, we got a 67 Cornet, and I'll show you why I have this as we go down the line. And this is just your basic big block. They already been using it for parts. But see, here's why I grab stuff like this. Actually, it came with another car that I'll show you. But see this trim right here, this kind of stuff? This is the kind of stuff dreams are made of right there. And as you can see, I mean, obviously they've been stealing quarters out of it and junk, but it's got, you know, it's got a lot of the trim inside. And that's why I'm keeping it around, because I got a build series I may be doing, but I'm not sure yet. All right, so I'm trying to give this car away to my buddy Dennis. He's helped me out so many times. He's the guy that helps me with all my transmissions. And this has got a funny story to it, this one here. This is my 67 Plymouth Valiant that somebody, I hope he makes a drag car out of this because it's a post car. Ratty as all could be. 67. Somebody started trying to make it a drag car because they started cutting the wheel wells out of the back. It's a slant car, no motor, no trans, but this thing, what if you seen this thing at the track going down all ratty, you know, ratty as can be, but still is just gnarly, got a big block in it or something. This thing, man, that would be the bee's knees in my opinion. But I'm trying to give it to him. He's just helped me out so much. I told Dennis, I said, hey man, if you want that car, I'll deliver it to you and everything because you're my buddy. And if you help me and you've bent over backwards for me, I'm gonna do my best to do the same. So that's my Valiant. I'll show you inside early, much left to it. Oh, the story on the car, real quick. Interior's gone, needs pans, but it's got great frame rails. You can see they started cutting the back. When I pulled the beep beep out of Ed Miller's place, this car was sitting in the background and didn't even look twice at it. Fast forward to it's in the videos down below, there's a Dodge, what was that, a 70 4-door? We yanked out a 4-door Dodge, had a Dana in it, but the truck was roasted. But there was a young kid who's in the truck game, he likes those quad cab trucks, came over, well, hit me up and said, I got this Valiant. And he was on his game, man. He took a picture of it like in the barn, you know, looking like a barn find. And I'm like, dang, that thing looks legit. I said, yeah, man. He goes, I want to trade for that truck. I said, okay, you're gonna bring that Valiant out here and you want this old crappy truck? He's like, yeah, because I collect those trucks. And I was like, well, you're young, you know, you're in the game, come on out. His dad and him drove 7 hours to bring this car. They told me they seen my video of me pulling the beep beep out of Ed Miller's place, and they went back over there because they knew him, something like that, and they grabbed the car. And I'm like, come on. So I look at my Ed Miller videos when I pulled the 69 drag car out of the back of his place, and in the background you see this car back there, and I'm like, man, keep in mind this was like a year before I made that video, and now the car is sitting here in all her glory in my backyard. What I'd like to do, yeah, I'd love to see this one going down the track again. Anyway, let's move on. Before we do that, I think the truck's all warmed up. Let's go get this thing up out of here. Oh yeah, Ford power. This thing started, we can turn it off now. Got it warmed up, it's good. Just want to make sure she starts, which she always does. So this is my, what is this, 66? Yeah, my 66 Chrysler. We were supposed to be ripping this summer, Jaden and I. Make sure there's no wasp under here. And brakes are horrible in it, and it started giving me a bunch of grief. I kept fouling out plugs, stuck a set of Champions in it, and I think it's doing a lot better. This is one of those dreams I've had of like, we're gonna rip this ratty Chrysler around, and then every time I start trying to drive it, it just keeps giving me more and more grief. This is that car. This is just an old gangster mobile right here. But bucket, or let's see, bench with the buddy rest thing, whatever you call. Interior, you know, put the tack in it, put all the gauges in it. And let's see, it's getting mildewy too. Dude, I need to clean this thing out. I'm gonna get this thing, see if I can't fire this up. Let me go get a battery and move it up out of here. I think what I want to do is move this car out because it does run. I haven't fired it up in a few months, but as you can see, I want to take this, put this in the spot here, because these are like my cars that never move. They're just like the junkers. And then we will get this out. If you haven't seen my Chrysler, oh, that scared me. I thought that was a wasp. freaking shadow. This is my Chrysler, what is it, Newport. Traded an S10 pickup truck for it a while back. While that's getting a little chargy poo, let's go to the next one. Here we have the most epic 67 Barracuda you could possibly find. This right here was pulled out of my buddy Charlie's place about a year ago. And this thing, I don't know how that dent got in there. This is a great parts car. Want to know why? And I'll show you. Nobody likes 67 Barracudas, I guess. But once again, all the beautiful stainless is on it. Can't see it go to the scrapyard. But inside this thing, if you'll look, it's got seats, it's got the dash, got some trim, I don't know where that went. It's got all the kick panels. I mean, what more could you possibly want? Not to mention, it's got the big bad slant still in it, ready to go. Nah, she ain't ready to go. I'm sure that thing's locked up. But that is comes with the front end, and this front end actually is pristine. That's the whole reason why I grabbed it. If you look, if you can see, probably can't really see well, and I'm not getting all up in there. But this right here, 67 CUDA. If you need it, get at me. 500 bucks. Get it up out of here. I'm so tired of looking at that thing. Here's the other one I wanted to show you. This one I don't know, I'm kicking around doing a build series because I have everything on this car that needs to go. I have the 440. I have a 4-speed. What else? And there's not a lot of rust in this car, but the thing is, and you'll see why, she is was being sold. Another gentleman passed away, had it in his yard. I went over there and the son's like, yeah, get it up out of here. And we made a deal on it. And that's why I have that other 67. But anyway, enough talking. This right here is a genuine big block. And I know there's nothing really crazy special about these because you can find them all day. But what I like about this car is there's hardly any rust in it. I just got to put it back together. So that is and I got some ideas coming. All the stuff is inside it, most of it. I need some bumpers, I think. I've kind of just gave a look-see. And I think I noticed that the bumpers are not in it, but it's got the dash. It's got all the parts right there, grill, yada yada. But it's one of them things, somebody took it apart. They probably were gonna do the old, I'm gonna restore this thing ground up. Life happened. And look where she's at. Over here at Poor Boy's Garage in the rental yard that I rent to myself. You guys know this one. This one's infamous. This is my real deal 1969 Roadrunner. The worst Roadrunner I ever saved. Yes, see that video down below. This hood I just threw on here just to get it out of my way. Unfortunately, there's still parts on this thing because it still keeps giving. Every time I come back here and need something, lo and behold, it's back here. But this car is absolutely trashed. And it's a shame because it is an RM 383 console shift Plymouth Superbird. I mean, just a 69 Roadrunner. So that is my 69 Roadrunner that's never gonna leave, and I can't move it because there's no rear end in it. I mean, it's in such good shape. The package tray just fell into it. I mean, this thing is horrible. But look here, got windows, got all the window tracks, Got some stainless. I was going to use this on my drag car, but of course the piece is smashed, so I can't use it. Open the door to glory. You still got not much left, but you know, one of the best steering columns ever, the one with no prindle on it. Can't beat that. You got the Roadrunner badge over there. You got some stuff in the doors. You got all the bows. And that's the reason why she isn't going to the scrapyard. Still got the old road, whatever, run. You got the road raw on the side, so you're good there. Last but not least, we still got this bad boy 38 in here. And I need it gone too, so price was $3,900. I know I had a lot of people asking. $5 grand I guess was too steep for pristine car, but I know no economy's hard, you know. People don't want to buy projects anymore, but this thing's a good car. Still sitting here. I was trying to get it gone before No Name Nationals. Obviously that's not happened. It's actually been sold twice. And the both people backed out a couple days into it, you know, the usual. But she's still here, ready to go if anybody wants it. Forgot I had this one sitting over here. She needs a home, man. She was a good car, but she needs a home. And that is all my junk. Now when you see my videos, you don't have to comment, what is that back there? Because now you get to see it all. And I'm always constantly dragging crap home too. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get the old big bad Ford 1960 tow truck out, record truck. We're going to get that out, the Fury. We're going to try to get my Chrysler out. I want to put the Fury back in there because what that'll do is leave me space right there for 2 more cars. And yeah, we'll see if we can't get it working. All right, we ready for greatness? Let's see if this thing lifts up and pulls out. Rolls good now, don't it? All right, now let's see if we can get this godforsaken Chrysler out of here. We'll see if she'll fire. Poor Chrysler, never could have any fun with this thing. Oh yeah. Might have to get this thing back out, have a little bit more fun with her. I never had any fun with her, to be honest. I kept messing with her and kept messing with her, and she's just one of those ones, you know? You know, you get one of those cars that's just, she ain't ready yet. I think that's what this one was, just not ready yet. hit a tree stump. Always jacking stuff up. Yeah, man, this car. Just been a pain in my butt since day one. One thing I wanted to do was get this door open. So I'm gonna put the car down a little bit, and what I want to try to do is get in the passenger side like I did in that first video. I'm gonna roll the window down, and maybe I could look in the crack of the door and see what's hanging up down by that latch. So let me do that, and we're gonna get this door open today. I want to see what this car was with the VIN tag. Obviously the fender tag's gone. In this thing, a nasty thing here. See if I can't roll this window down. I think I tried this too that one day. It didn't work. Yeah, she goes. Right. How many miles it's got there? 54,696. All right, mechanism's working, man. It's not the mechanism. I just can't figure out what the frick. Oh my gosh, it's a miracle. Oh my God. Only working on that for the last 45 minutes. Anyway, what I wanted to look at, and here is the VIN tag, PP23G 6623 yada yada yada. But anyway, Plymouth Fury 23 is probably a hard top. G code, which is probably 383. I really would love to have had the VIN tag on this thing. It might be in this car. Who knows? Charlie might have snagged it up out of here. I never really went through this whole thing like under the seats like I usually do and stuff like that. Might be for another video. What kind of shirt is this? Oh, it's the kind with a bunch of bolts and stuff and pennies in there. Yeah, I really need to go through this car. Just kind of give it a look-see under the seat. What's in this bucket? Garbage. But anyway, that's her. Let's go ahead and park her. Now we're good here. At least I'm got the freaking door open. Let's see if I get this window back up. Oh. There. Maybe what we'll do is another video. I'll go through the car, take out the interior, kind of see what we're working with. But today is not going to be that day, people. All right, let's go ahead and park this thing. Well guys, that's my junk in the backyard video for you. I am always curious when I watch your guys' channel, all the stuff you guys have behind the shops, and some of you guys live on farms, and I'm always looking around like, dang man, what's that, what's that? Anyway, guess what we got for this though? After No Name Nationals, we're packing. Now it's No Name Nationals time, so I had to take all my focus and start packing, getting the car ready. I've been going over that for the last 3 days, every bolt, redoing some grounds, just checking every possible thing I can, so when we get out to No Name Nationals in Sykeston, Missouri, we could take a couple hits and hopefully she don't break, because that's a long way to cruise just to go way out there just to break a car your first couple, your first day or so. So we're crossing our fingers. I think she'll be fine. She's a good car. Did an oil change as well, so I don't have to worry about that. Redid all the valves, put some new plugs in there, so we're ready for the call outs too. This car here, if you guys have been following the build, I finally got a points distributor, a 440 points distributor, so we only have a few more loose ends on this, not many. We're going to get back on this when we get back next week from the No Names, and we're going to fire this up for the first time, break that cam in, and hopefully we have a little bit of fun with this car, because this car's been I don't know what it is about some of these cars around here. Some of them, they're awesome. They want to get back on the road and have fun, and some of them kick and scream. She's a kick and screamer, let me tell you. That is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think on some of the junk back there. All of it's for sale. Yeah, I need to move this crap out, except for that 67. I still am thinking I'm going to do a build on that 67 because I have all the parts for it. Now I got a big block with a 4-speed and anyway, my name is Brad, Poor Boys Garage. Let them rip, not rot. Keep on saving them. Don't send them to the crusher, as you can see, because we hate that. And we are out.